Welcome back to our SketchUp Pro tutorial. We are still looking at the plan set number 9 from the Harley Blueprint series. And this is our 1-bedroom house. At this point, we are working on our roof, and I currently have our finished roof up, and this is what it's going to be. It's a hip roof with 2 different pitches. One pitch for the sides and 1 pitch for the front and back. So it does add a little bit of complication when we are creating this particular roof. So there are numerous ways to go about creating a roof inside SketchUp. And so we're going to use, in order to finish up or create our finished version, we're going to use a very simple way to create a hip roof. But because there's 2 different pitches, we do need to modify it at the end. But I did want to show you what it's going to look like for our hip roof. For the pitches, the side pitches, the side is a 6/12 pitch and the front and back is a 7/12 pitch, which means that over the course of 12 feet, the roof is going to go up either 6 feet or 7 feet, depending on the pitch. So we'll hide this group, and this is where you should be at. In our last video, we closed off all the windows, all the doors, everything as a group, etc. So make sure that before you start, that your walls is a group. You've named it over in our outliner panel, so that way whenever as we are drawing everything for the roof, nothing is going to get in the way. And you're not going to have anything stuck together for the most part. So to start off with, we are going to use, to create our roof, we're going to use the Follow Me tool. So to start off with, I'm going to create a rectangle over the top of my roof. So from one side to the other. I'm then going to take my tape measure and I'm going to create the center points of my roof. So make sure you're going to the outside edge of the roof, find the center point there, and I'm going to find the center point for this point. Which that seems off. There we go. Let's double check that just to make sure. Okay, 15 feet. So should equal 15 feet and then 12 feet for those 2 parts. Our sides is a 6/12 pitch. So that means over the course of 12 feet, which is what this is, it's going to go up 6 feet. So I'm going to draw in a line from the outside edge to my middle. I'm then going to draw a line from the middle up. Make sure it's blue. Type in 6 apostrophe, enter, and I'm going to connect to make a triangle. We can verify that it is a 6/12 pitch by using our Protractor Tool. I'm going to hover over the intersection right here of the outside edge. In order to make the protractor be up and down instead of going around the blue axis right now, I want to go around the red axis. So I'm going to hit my left arrow key. That changes it to go around the green axis. If I hit the right arrow key, that changes it to go around the red axis. So if you're having a hard time getting the protractor to orient the way you want to, make sure you click on the arrow keys and that will change it for you. So the right arrow key will change it to what we want, which is around the red arrow or around the red axis. You're going to click 2 times. So you're going to click 1 time in order to set our center point. You need to drag over to create the 0, so where our 0 point is. And then you're going to drag upwards, and we're going to type in 6:12. Hit enter, and as you see, our guide goes along that top. Okay, that's how we know that what we drew is actually a 6/12 pitch. We're going to take our tape measure and we're going to kind of finish up drawing how our roof looks if we cut it in half. So our roof right here would have for us it's going to be a 2x6 as is what our roof is made up of. So I want to take my tape measure, make sure it's go down, hover over this inner part of my wall. It comes up to going down 1 inch and 13/16 of an inch. So click there. I'm then going to go from that point up 5.5 inches. So click on this line, go up 5.5, enter. Make sure that everything went the way you want to. It is super easy for the guide to go in a completely different direction than what you thought, and it may look fine with the way you did it, but if you move your mouse and move your camera around, you could see that it didn't. But so make sure that's the case. If it didn't, just erase it and try again. The biggest thing is making sure that we don't want the line to be red or green. We want it to be this gray. So that's the biggest thing, is making sure that in this case, we do not want it to be red or green. We want it to be a gray color, because that means that it's going in the direction we want to, not along an axis. At this point, I'm going to take my line tool, go from the intersection of our wall, go straight down, just to create a reference. The overhang for this particular roof is 15 inches. So I'm going to click on my line that I drew straight down. I'm going to go out. It needs to go along the green axis. I will type in 15, hit enter. This creates a stopping point for our roof that we're creating. I'm going to take my line tool, and now we're simply just going to connect the dots. Hopefully, if everything lined up perfectly, it should close up. Make sure that if it doesn't, make sure that you do close in this part and this part, and that everything lines up perfectly straight. So if it doesn't enclose like that, that could be some of the issues that you had. Okay. Next, we're going to erase all of our guides. If you make a mistake, again, hold down Control, hit Z, and that will close everything off, or that will undo it. Finally, we're going to take our line tool, and we're going to go from here over to the right and up. Okay, so that is going to be the shape that's going to go around our roof. Next, we're going to, a quick and easy method is I'm going to double click on the roof shape. That selects not only the face that I selected, but also the outside edges. If I clicked on it 3 times, it would also select this shape, which is what we don't want. So just double click on it, hold down Shift, and click on the face in order to deselect the face. That's a quick and easy method to only select the outside edges. Alternatively, you can come in here and hold down Shift and just click on the outside edge of each of the sides. Both methods work. Just double clicking is a little bit faster. Once you have all of the edges selected, click on the Follow Me tool and then click on the face of your shape that we're going to go. And that follows me all the way around and it creates our roof. I clicked on the opposite side, so I need to hit my selection tool, which is the space bar, triple click on that roof, right click, and reverse face. So that's an easy method to create a hip roof. The problem we currently have is that currently that is a 6/12 pitch all the way around, which is not what our roof currently is. So if our roof was just a 6/12 pitch all around, we'd be done. However, we're not. So we do need to make one small change. So go in here to the Protractor tool, go to the corner, hit the left arrow key in order to make it green. We're going to click once, drag over to the right, click again. We're going to go up, and now we need to create the 7/12 pitch. So hit 7:12, hit enter. To get the other side really quick, take your tape measure, select this one, go over to the right, hover over the other corner. The line should turn green. Click, and now we have our guide on both sides. Next, we're going to take our line, click on the top corner, draw a red line going along the red axis, both directions. Next, we're going to take your line tool and just draw a line going along the green axis. And we're going to enclose our shape to make a rectangle. Where our line is coming out of the rectangle, we're going to take our line tool, click on that shape or click on that point, click at the end point of our roof, and do the same thing for the other side. Take your eraser tool, and we're going to erase our extra lines. We can then erase these 2 lines, and if everything turned out correctly, nothing should actually disappear. And so now we've created a roof that has a 6/12 pitch on the sides, but a 7/12 pitch on the front. And so now we need to do the other side the exact same way. So really quickly, if you're having problems again, you can use your arrow keys. So left arrow key is the green axis. Click once, click our 0, go up, 7:12, hit enter, take your tape measure, and you can do the protractor on the other side. The tape measure is easier. And then simply just draw in our rectangle. Remember, if you need to deselect the line, just hit escape. Make sure you're clicking on the intersection there. Draw down to the outside corners. Take your eraser tool and erase our extra lines. At this point, come in here, triple click on our roof, right click, we're going to make it a group, right click on our group over here in our outliner panel, go to rename, type in roof. Next, to finish everything up, I want to hide the foundation, the plot, and the wall. Underneath, I want to right click, edit group, and I'm going to erase these two parts. And then I'm going to take my rectangle tool and I want to draw a rectangle from one side over to the other in order to close off that center point. Right click, close our group, and now we can orient around and turn everything else back on. So now if we come in, we can see that we do have a ceiling now, and we have our roof. That matches our pitch for both sides. So again, hopefully this helps you out with creating roofs. Again, there are several different ways. There's lots of different ways to go about creating a roofs. I went through a lot of different iterations trying to figure out the easiest way for you possible in creating this roof, as it was a little bit more complex than just simply your standard hip roof. So this isn't just the only right way. This is the way that I found that was easier to explain over a video, and for if you were new to SketchUp or fairly new and this may have been your first roof that you were doing, that this was an easy way for you to follow. This does finish our first part of our project. In the next part that we're going to do is we're now going to start working on doors, windows, materials. We're going to work on the kitchen and work on the bathroom. So a lot more to do with this current project. We have the base and foundation and walls and roof all done now. Now we're going to start working on the detail part of our house. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned a lot with working with roofs, and hopefully it helps you in creating more hip roofs in the future. Make sure you keep an eye out for more videos in this playlist and on my channel.